After a police-escorted 2,000-mile, 42-hour journey, NASCAR has finally made it to the 16th race of the Cup Series season at Mexico. 1958 was the last time the Cup Series had a points-paying race outside of the United States of America. I also think that was the last time that Emily left me home alone for a weekend, which is exactly what she's doing because she has her bachelorette party this weekend. If you feel like funding her alcoholism, here's her Venmo. But we have a job to do because there should be a ton of Mexican-themed paint schemes to review. Right? Let's go. Starting us off, as always, is Ross the Boss, who seems to be announcing a new collaboration between Busch Light and Wendy's Frosties. Personally, Ross, I'm going to have to pass on the Busch Light Frosty. That sounds like complete utter shit. But these new Frosty swirls are to die for. Or maybe I'm just a fat ass. 10. 2 cars in and we're off to a stunning start. I'm not saying that I was expecting every car to look like a piñata, but there's literally not a single Menards in the entire country of Mexico. I don't know, I guess I just had higher expectations, just like Roger Penske had for Syndrome's father. 6. I think I've officially ran out of things to say about Austin Dillon. I'm just tired of calling him an entitled little brat. I don't know. 8. So Noah Gragson's horrible season continued at Michigan, but I gotta give him and Long John Silver's a little bit of credit. Because although there is not a single Long John Silver's in all of Mexico, they at least put Spanish words on the hood of this race car. It could say Tyler Pennell fucking sucks and I would have no idea, but I give him credit anyway. Honestly, they'd probably get more credit if it did say that. This car sucks though. The inverted colors looks absolutely atrocious. 3. This is probably like the only race all season where he's not running the iconic Hendrick Cars paint scheme, but it's okay. Glaze on. 9. Father's Day is coming up this weekend, and as a father would say, son, I'm not upset, I'm just disappointed. Because for whatever reason, RFK kind of fumbled the bag this week. Brad Keselowski and Christopher Buescher's paint schemes didn't make it on NASCAR.com, but Ryan Preece's did. I gotta tell you guys, this is some bad mojo, especially coming off a race where all 3 cars finished in the top 10. Quite frankly, Elijah, I expect a little bit more out of you as the head honcho of social media now. I'm not trying to call you out, but there's a pretty good chance that this is entirely your fault. Just kidding, it's probably NASCAR. 10. You know that we have officially reached panic time for Justin Haley when you see tweets and TikToks about how Corey LaJoie should be back in the 7 car. Slow your horses there, guys. The only reason Corey LaJoie got a top 5 in that truck race is because the top 20 all wrecked. 5. If you told Kyle Busch a couple years ago that NASCAR was heading to Mexico, he would be scared shitless. Seriously though, we barely got any information on what exactly happened with this whole Mexico arrest ordeal. They kind of just glossed over that. I think this should be Amazon Prime's next documentary. Kyle Busch could secretly be part of the cartel. Are they watching him? I don't know. 9. Man, for about 15 seconds on Sunday, I thought Chase Elliott might actually have a chance to win. And then he did Chase Elliott shit. You could try blaming the crew chief or the pit crew, but have you ever thought about blaming the driver? I mean, even a broken clock is right twice a day. If this guy was any good, he would have fallen into a win by now. It's been over a year. The good news is, they say this guy is a really good road course racer. He hasn't won a single road course race since the next gen car came out, but I guess he's still good. I must admit though, car kind of fucks. 9. This paint scheme had a chance to be really good if they didn't execute piss poorly. It pisses me off so bad that there's not a single thing on this car that lines up. Everything's crooked and getting cut off. The little globe thing is way too high. That's getting cut off. The I in logistics getting cut off. The T's getting cut off. Ohio's getting cut off. This sucks. 0. Speaking of Father's Day, this is now 3 weeks in a row that we're talking about Denny Hamlin potentially missing a race for the birth of his child. My thoughts on the situation, Denny, is you're going to finish 26 in this race anyway, so you might as well save the trip to Mexico and just stay home and wait for that baby to fly out. That baby's gonna pop out like Yahoo! And the kid's first word is gonna be, Daddy, why doesn't that O line up with the gas cap? And then the first thing you're gonna end up teaching your kid is that the designer at Joe Gibbs Racing is a fucking idiot. 7. It seems like there's a lot of people out there that would be willing to fight me to the death over my thoughts on this paint scheme. Black and red is my favorite combination on a race car, but I still say that if you think this is a good-looking paint scheme, you need to go to drivensunglasses.com and order a pair of prescription sunglasses because you can't see a fucking thing. 4. Everybody's on the SVG train this week. I gotta tell you, I think it's Dinger's time to shine. The only thing stopping him now is this paint scheme. 6. Mr. Busher. It is a damn shame that someone fumbled over at RFK because there is not a shadow of a doubt this car would have won Paint Scheme of the Week if it was posted on NASCAR.com. Watching Denny Hamlin do 10 minutes worth of burnouts after telling myself he was going to run out of gas and Busher was going to win was a huge kick in the balls. But being a Busher fan, my balls pretty much always sting. So, 10. Happy early Father's Day to this guy. He's got super semen. Twins. 10. I feel bad for Christopher Bell because all it would take is just slight changes to all of his paint schemes and he would get a 10 every single week. But the white numbers on this car looks fucking ridiculous. 7. Joshy! Pooh Bear. Potgrass Picks over on Twitter let me know that he asked Josh Berry before the drivers' meeting if he liked being called Joshy. He said he doesn't. It is now my life's mission to make sure he gets called Joshy for the rest of his career. I'm glad Busher likes his nickname though, but where's the merch? 9. 6. It actually breaks my heart a little bit that 2311 thinks it's okay to go from that badass Columbia paint scheme last week to this. For me, casinos are one of the happiest places on earth. This car makes me never want to step foot into a casino ever again. It looks like a kid colored outside the lines in the color book at the local diner. 0. William Byron's a guy that just writes the jokes himself, you know? I'm actually kind of tired of saying he fumbles the bag all the time, but he just continues to do it. It is truly amazing. He even fumbled on his paint scheme. He couldn't even bring the best looking Valvoline car. Shocking levels of fumbling. 7. Thank you, front row. Now this is the Long John Silver's car. I have no idea why you need 2 of them during one weekend, but take that 4 car and throw it in the garbage. 9. Here's your weekly reminder that Riley Herbst exists. 6. So Zane Smith might just be the GOAT at Michigan. I'm pretty sure he has a 100% top 10 rate there. I'm really hoping that deranged Zane Smith fan on Twitter doesn't call this the sex machine. I'm pretty sure that would be considered animal cruelty. 7. It's almost getting to the point where I might have to remind you guys that Cole Custer exists. What is bro doing back there? 10. I'm pretty sure John Hunter Nemechek was the cause of at least 2 cautions on Sunday. That may be a new season record. Can we break it at Mexico? I didn't nickname him John Hunter Rekachek for nothing. 8. I did say last week that Eric Jones was going to have a good day. Finished 11th. And I can confidently say he's not going to have a good day in Mexico. He might end up eating a bad steak burrito and find himself shitting through a screen door all day Sunday. 3. From a Tyler to a fellow Tyler. Tyler, I think it's time you do something with that hairdo. That hairdo doesn't give father of 2. It more gives off like Monster Energy addicted 17-year-old. It's time for an update. 4. If you guys missed it, I now have a piece of Ricky Stenhouse memorabilia hanging in my living room. Hayek Motorsports was nice enough to send me the left front fender on the car that spun out Burt Myers in the clash at Bowman Gray. In the process of hanging my new decor, I now have a hole filled with toothpaste in my wall, but it's okay. Hayek and this paint scheme, fuck. 10. Ally! is exactly what Alex Bowman needs right now because he's running like dog shit. 8. That wannabe NASCAR influencer Wade Taylor sent me a text today saying that he likes this Cody Ware paint scheme. I like this paint scheme just about as much as I like stubbing my toe on the bed frame in the morning. This car sucks. Leave the reviewing to me, Buttercup. 0. Twitter was getting all excited that Ty Gibbs was going to win on Sunday. Guys, do I have to remind you every week? Ty Gibbs is never going to win a race. 6. Like I said before, Ryan Preece was the only RFK driver that cared enough to put his paint scheme on NASCAR.com this week, and it's another Kroger car without a white hood. I'm starting to think I got more pull than I originally thought. I think I managed to convince not only an entire brand, but an entire race team to change their paint schemes. I say all this and they'll probably run a white hood next week. 10. There's not enough people out there talking about the chance Michael McDowell has to win this weekend. He should be put into the same conversation as SVG and AJ Allmendinger. Don't sleep on Mickey D. 10. Wow, it's been so long in this review since I saw a Mexican-themed paint scheme that I almost forgot where we were going this weekend. At least Carson Hocevar understood the assignment. Unfortunately, his left rear tire didn't understand the assignment in the truck race or the cup race at Michigan. It's okay, though. It's all part of the plan. Career win number 1 at Echo Park Speedway in 2 weeks. See you there. 9. So here's the moment that everybody at Trackhouse has been waiting for. Another road course for SVG. It's time for him to go snag a freebie W so we can all forget how shitty he's been running. 3. Coco Draw. I mean this in the nicest way possible. I really hope someone drives through Daniel Suarez this weekend. I don't want that to happen for him. I just want that to happen for me because I'm a selfish prick. I just desperately want to see how the crowd would react to that. On a serious note, you guys need to stop dreaming. This guy doesn't have a chance in hell of winning this weekend. 10. And the paint scheme of the week goes to Daniel Suarez. Guys, there really wasn't anything to choose from here. I was really expecting a lot more out of this weekend as far as paint schemes go. But anyway, here's my top 3. I guess I could have given it to Ross Chastain, but it just feels right giving it to Suarez given it's the Mexico weekend. Plus, that Frosty's car was Suarez's first anyway, so that'd kind of be a slap in the dick to him. And here's the current paint scheme review point standings. See you next week for the tricky triangle.